All right, so but then I'm thinking about the Jamaican national team. We'll be facing Copa America, South American opponents very soon, and it's a bit of a difference for us more over than anything else. And the thing is, we are back here talking about Leon Bailey another day, and it's the same topic surrounding Leon Bailey and him either not representing or him representing the national team. Ever since the recent matter surrounding Leon Bailey and the national team, we did an interview just before the Nations League. Um, I think two games. Yeah, the game against Canada, which Jamaica won historically, and the following game against the United States, where Jamaica lost, courtesy of a Corey Burke one goal, lapse in concentration. So Leon Bailey was missing from both those games, and he missed those games because he was suspended. And this is a suspension that I've heard Leon Bailey acknowledge that he accepted, which the same suspension I heard our national team coach Jaime Halgrimson also acknowledged and accepted that it happened and that the player acknowledged and accepted it. So, during this time, not to go back in the past, Craig Butler did come out representing Leon Bailey as usual, creating narratives from his perspective of what occurred during these scenarios. And you know, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It looks really bad. It's not that Craig Butler is trying to sell his players to the national team program. He first begged that Leon Bailey gets included. He begged and he got the national supporters to lobby behind him and, you know, support his Phoenix movement. And we all got behind Craig Butler in regards to the movement of Phoenix and getting the players fairly treated and included in the national setup. We're all for that. We're all for that happening, and we did that. And we see, I mean, we didn't make Leon Bailey get included in the team. We understand the story and how Leon Bailey got included in the team, but we were talking about the fact that they begged and they told the people in the nation to know what happened, and they gave us all the stories and everything. And we understand that, the fight for Leon Bailey to get in the team. And once there, Leon Bailey was being used as a pawn to get the other Phoenix players in the team. You would stick up the national team with Leon Bailey giving ultimatums to the National Football Federation, you know, saying that this and that needs to be done, and or else he's not going to play again. And in the future, Phoenix players will not represent Jamaica; they'll represent other countries, and highlight players from the Phoenix Academy that can represent other countries or could, and remind us that Leon Bailey could have, and stuff like that. It's so unnecessary and so distasteful to watch this happen. Now Leon Bailey has developed a trend of doing interviews when the national team is set to play. What I mean? Why would you do this? Now, case in point, Leon Bailey came out recently and did another interview with Wayne Marshall, It was a very good interview, very insightful, respectful interview. You know what I mean? However, we understand that Leon Bailey has no interest in playing for Jamaica right now, based on what he stated from his interview with Jay Frey, saying that his mental state is not at the level equipped to deal with certain pressures, certain frailties, certain unprofessional situations within the Jamaica Football Federation, you know. And I understand that. So he says, of course, because of these things, his mental state needs a break. He needs a break physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically from the national football setup. And I agree. So take that break, take the break, respect yourself and your decision. Stop talking about the thing that affects you on so many levels, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, spiritually. You know, you need to go on vacation with your family. Take a break for real. You know what I mean? Take that break. No, when you're on that break, you sit and you have a talk with your manager, Craig Butler, and you guys decide the way going forward professionally. And if the JFF is in that way forward, you contact them professionally and you get concrete conclusions on the way forward before you have us, the public, hear anything. The public don't need to know your stipulations until the thing has been concluded. But here goes the JFF and the Craig Butler being unprofessional together and dragging the fans in this and disrespecting the fans in this process. Because here goes Leon Bailey telling us Jamaica can't do anything for him. And it doesn't mean it like that, but that's what you said. You end up dragging the fans into this. So I'm for this situation of Leon Bailey getting a break, but I'm not for the situation of Leon Bailey being treated like he's above Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and some other legends or even elite class players. You know what I mean? It's not right. He is offending the players that he will play with if he chooses to play again, or if the national setup accepts him back after so a multiple amounts of disrespectful moments and situations presented by Leon Bailey. So what's going to happen? You know, the situation is not being handled properly, and it's heavily going to be pushed on Leon Bailey and Craig Butler for the way that they have handled this matter since the suspension. You know what I mean? So big thing to say about Hal Grimson. Why is he bowing to the level of Craig Butler and Leon Bailey's requests? Obviously, the request that Craig Butler really wants to see and Leon Bailey and other Phoenix associated players want to see is this speed removed, and that's fine. I also want to see speed removed, but don't drag the players in this. There's an ethical reason for speed's removal, and we need it to happen. Yes, so speed cannot, should not be affiliated at the level that he is affiliated with Cavaliers. He is top of Cavaliers, or even if he say he's not top, everybody knows that he is head of Cavaliers. He is heavily involved, and because of that, it causes conflict of interest, and there is a law against that passed down by FIFA. And so, because of that, it is unethical that Speed is at a certain ranking in the JFF. So he needs to be removed, or he needs to leave his position at Cavaliers and focus on his position within the JFF, so that there won't be any conflict of interest, no bias that can be easily seen. You know what I mean? So we understand that, but don't drag the Phoenix players in that. Don't upset the national fans and the national players because you don't like speed, or you think speed is being unethical, or you think speed and can prove that speed is being unprofessional. Don't drag Leon Bailey, Dujan Richards, Zander Bicknell, and all of these other players in this. Don't have Damian Lowe, Bobby Reed, and Demarai Gray feeling unnerved about Leon Bailey's inclusion in the team. Don't have the coach selecting Leon Bailey, even if it's the coach falling prey to speed's ploys, to select Bailey so that the fans can say, we don't want him in our side, left him alone. Don't get the coach involved in all of this. You, Speed, and Craig Butler are the ones doing all of this. It's not the JFF, it's not Leon Bailey, it's not Dushan, it's not anybody. It's Speed and Craig Butler. They are fighting in the public's eyes. We can all see it. We know how these, I don't want to call them hooligans, but that's the way they're acting. They're behaving like hooligans, political hooligans. You know what I mean? They need to stop it. It's affecting national progress. It looks so disgusting and distasteful. It's so tactless. It makes no sense. And these are big people who have grandchildren. You know what I mean? Easy, just do the thing the right way. Craig Butler needs to submit something to FIFA, show FIFA the information that they have collected to prove certain things that should not be happening in the JFF. Report the JFF, report the ranks, the higher ups, report them, and allow the football to continue. Allow Leon Bailey to play for the national team. Don't have the players brainwashed, telling them all sorts of your stuff, you know what I mean? Your personal issues with speed and whatnot, whatnot. Don't get it involved. If you know, that's really my reason for doing this video. But I bring in Douglas Luiz now after my spiel of how long I'm talking. Douglas Luiz and Leon Bailey have something I think they have in common right now. They are being unprofessional off the field. They are not making the best decisions for their career going forward. Because here comes another Aston Villa player like Leon Bailey. Douglas Luiz has not been playing well since there has been rumors of him and his girlfriend Lemon, who's not even engaged, or they're not married, obviously. So this man and his girlfriend in a problem, and he cannot play well for Aston Villa since this period. They got back together, his performance even dropped worse. You know what I mean? He plays poorly for Brazil now, he plays poorly for Aston Villa. Right? He's a very good player, you know, very good player. And now everybody's saying, all right, he should go to Juventus. Go to Juventus. Okay, yes, I agree. Go to Juventus and clear your head, clear your mental space. You know what I mean? You need to move yourself away from England where that girl is, because she's clearly affecting your football. Lo and behold, now here comes this contract, including the same woman what him need to escape from so that he can focus on football. Here comes this woman being included in his contract. So they're now going to send this woman to to Juventus, to Juventus's female team, to be there with Douglas Luiz. So obviously, what's going to happen there? He's going to just not play well. He's not going to play well. And this is a similar marriage with Leon Bailey and Craig Butler. He's going with the player everywhere. He's telling the player what to do. You know what I mean? He's giving the player ultimatums that, and then he's also giving anybody that is negotiating with him surrounding Leon Bailey. He's giving them ultimatums. So that's why I included Douglas Luiz in the caption. It's so ironic that they both play for Aston Villa currently. You know what I mean? And they are both going through a personal relationship drama. You know what I mean? You know, these kind of things, these type of behavior by men have me considering if they might, for instance, somebody might have secret for them. For instance, like the girl have a secret for Douglas Luiz why him no want her for league. So if she want come at Juventus with him, him have to just make she come. And Craig Butler now, Leon Bailey at 27. You know what I mean? Leon Bailey is 27 years old. And this man is telling me that he is still under brainwash and still spitting the same thing that Craig Butler putting in his head. And he keeps repeating these things in every interview. And we know that it is not Leon Bailey. It is a brainwashed boy, you see me? Saying he wants to fight the JFF, fight the JFF. I'll be the Christ, I'll be the sacrifice. But you don't need to be that sacrifice, my friend. Because when you turn 30, when you turn 28, maybe even now you won't represent the national team again and we'll find a replacement, bro. You see me? We'll find a replacement. What you should be doing is set a legacy like Ricardo Fuller, bro. You know what I mean? Like even Ricardo Fuller, bro, set a legacy, brother. You know, play for the national team, brother, for your pride reason, bro. You make how much money, bro? You don't need to play for Jamaica and talk about playing fear, bro. Book your plane, brother. Don't tell about the JFF itinerary. Don't do these things and just submit your report to the formal channel. Don't submit it to the people of Jamaica, bro, because you want us to say, yeah, man, a true man, he's doing the right thing. He's not doing the right thing. He's unethical. You know what I mean? He's disrespectful, bro. He disrespects the people. He disrespects the country, bro. If general football fans would just understand the level of doghosery that happens in every single federation of football in the world, they would shut up about what happens in Jamaica because most of these places have more money than us and are more organized than us, but the players still complain. But the players complain more formally. You know what I mean? The players don't put the country under the bus and don't include the country with the football association. And this is a mistake that Leon Bailey made multiple times, and he keeps making the mistake. So what's my ultimate take on this Leon Bailey situation now? It's the same thing that I think about every single player that Jamaica would have an interest in. Since Jamaica is not a club, you don't need to, after you scout the players, you don't need to beg them to play for the national team. You scout them, you let them know that you have been scouting them. By scouting them, it means that you have been watching them, looking at data surrounding them, look at how they play and how they operate, and see if they can fit into your program. And if you think they can fit into your program, you invite them. And if you invite this player and he came or he comes over and over again, then you let this player into the national team by virtue of his performance. You see me, I say? If he can fit in. And if this player is invited and chooses not to come, or came and did not return, or forward two times and did not return, you just don't need to invite this player again. You get me? If he wants to be invited or wants to be a part of the program after that, this player needs to reach out and let us know of his availability. You understand? So stop treating players like they are princes and kings, you know what I mean, above the other players in the team. If you're going to treat players like princes and kings, you need to treat every single player like princes and kings. You know, so we know say it's a level thing where every player is equal in the national team because they're representing one cause. You see me? Players like Leon Bailey should be saying, yo, bro, me know say this is another level of what I'm accustomed to in Europe. However, we're gonna do this. Gather all of the man them what on the level there in Europe and what know what going on in Europe and show them and reason with them and find out ways where you can win games, bro. Don't be just that. You're complaining from you find out there is going to be international break. Leon Bailey starts complaining in his head and he's going to book his own ticket and he wants a private room for himself, even though Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo share a room with players. Leon Bailey was not performing at the level of none of these players, any of these players, and not performing for the national team wants to have first class flight. Okay, we understand you need to rest well and need to not be lethargic when you come off a plane and feel like pins and needles. Joking. So book that ticket for yourself. All right. And now after that, now we can't allow you to book a separate hotel from the national team. But if you do, you need to find yourself a training earlier than everybody else, my friend, because you book a way more comfortable accommodation than these players. So find yourself a training before everybody, brother. You see me, I say bring all refreshments to him and them, bro. Book some ticket for him and them to make some of him and them get good flight because all of them have the money where you have and bill. You can me always make the point. You go dance and you go get how much selector money, bro. You have money, bro. You can waste. You have money can use. You know if you worry about the JFF money, bro. So spend it on the players, them way you play with if you're real, bro. If you understand. So because of all of this, for me I say, and Leon Bailey not doing any of these things and requiring so much, I just feel like Leon Bailey should not represent the national team unless he's going to apologize and be a real man, bro, and represent the country from his sleeve and tap make Craig Butler infiltrate him. You see me? So I mean, yeah, that's what I think said. Yeah. I mean this video end up longer than I want it to be. I'm gonna just continue with it. I'm gonna go straight in on my predicted lineup. I mean, obviously Leon Bailey is not going to play. And so this is my predicted lineup for the Copa America Tournament that's coming up. The Reggae Boys will be playing in the Copa America, South American Tournament. Most people don't know this. They are unaware that the Jamaica and other Caribbean countries, we are in the South America, the Americas region. We're not in South America, we're in the Americas region. You have North America, South America, or South America. You have Central America. And so we are in the Americas region. So we qualified for this year, this FIFA Continental Tournament called Copa America, right? And so we have a very good chance of doing well in this tournament despite the fact that we'll be without man like Leon Bailey. You know, it's good to see that we have man like Demarai Gray back. I saw him in a video doing some little light stretching and lifting, and yes, so forth in Bologna. He's in Italy. As me I say, I hope this is a hint that he's gonna be looked at by that team, Bologna, who that team has qualified for the Champions League next season. And yes, they had an impressive season last season in Italian Serie A, finishing fourth place, I think. If my memory serves me right. So we have man like Demarai Gray back, and we have man like Cephas, fast car, powerful player, can be dangerous if he works on his finishing. So we have that player to replace the missing Leon Bailey. Yeah, he's even missing when he's in the team sometimes. You know what I mean? We could even include man like Kyle Paris. But with that said, let's get back to the predicted lineup. All right, so we are gonna have Demarai Gray, Mikel Antonio, Shamar Nicholson. We are gonna have those are three forwards so far. We're gonna have also who else play forward for you? I don't even remember at this point because I wouldn't invite Burke. You know what I mean? I wouldn't invite Burke. So let me just go over. Shamar Nicholson, Demarai Gray, Cephas, and Mikel Antonio. Those are the only four forwards I can think of right now. So let's work with those, right? Then we're going to go to midfield. Based on the last selection, I'm going to pick Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed. I'm not going to pick DJ. So Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed, Casey Palmer, Joey Latibodier, K. Roy Anderson, and so that's five midfielders. See, I'll work with those five midfielders. Maybe I'm one short. I'll work with those five midfielders. Then I'll go with Greg Lee at left back. Amari Bell is injured to my knowledge still. Unless I get some update on that, I'll go with Greg Lee at left back. I'll go with Lembikisa, Lembikisa, one of them with them name called. At right back, Deshaun Bernard, Ethan Pinnock, I'm not sure if there's an update on his injury. Uh, uh, Hector, Michael Hector, and Richard King. I'll go those as the centre backs. Yeah, and have the right back and the left back. But we need another right back, and that would have to be Tavon Gray, which is very underwhelming. But oh well. And then we could go with if Amar Bell is still injured, we'll obviously go with Greg Lee and John Bell. You know what I mean? I don't know much about John Bell, but I'm mixing up the latest team selection with the most likely players to be called. And Andre Blake and I go with Wade and Konaya Boyz. Them man they me pick for my side. And also I add Damian Lowe to defensive midfield. So that's six midfield. Damian Lowe, Lati Bodier, Casey Palmer, Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed, and I've got about Daniel Johnson. So that yeah man, Craig a narcissist, my friend, bro. But narcissists do well in a life, brother. Not being a narcissist is not necessarily a bad thing, bro. You have covert narcissists and you have overt narcissists. Either one of those people can be good for you in your organization or can be good for an organization. But Craig is just uh, he's just a bad person, bro. He's just a bad person who capable of doing great things and has done great things and is trying to use these great things that he has done to blackmail people who had blackballed him. And he might think in his head that he is right for doing this, but he is not right because he's a narcissist, as you would put it. So he's going to be thinking that everything is about him and what he's doing, but at the same time, he's using everything about him and what he's doing to blackmail even players who used to play for him. He's not even knowing that he's blackmailing these players because when he gets blackmailed by virtue of what he does, these players are going to be blackballed. So he was blackballed by certain people and he's trying to fight this battle through the players. When these players do well in Europe, he comes back and try to even though a one player really do well in a Europe still, me not undervalue anything man because he does a lot of great things with these players. I don't care what nobody want to value it pan, but for me it's great. But that same great thing man, I try use it pan the nation. Nation. Me not like that. And the players are brainwashed to believe in this. You know what I mean? Say is they are right for doing this or holding the nation at ransom just because Craig Butler supposed to somehow involve in a national football association federation. He should be, but by the way he's been going on, he no longer deserves to be. You know what I mean? If he had done it the way off the books and reported the man them home for report, you know what I mean, we would find it fitting that he's doing it and we would want to lobby for him to be the JFF president or something of high stature in the JFF. But no, based on the way that he has been carrying himself and based on the way that he has been using the players as ploys and pawns, we can't see good in this. We can't see good in this because we can clearly see that this man will be biased and will pick mostly Phoenix players. And he will definitely not pick players from Cavaliers as long as speed is involved. And a lot of other stuff will happen. And he will try to hijack, he will try to infiltrate more things as he go along. You know what I mean? He wants to be the one who runs everything. But God bless his soul and God give him good health for as long as possible. And he should be very, very cautious and aware about all of these things, including how long him have left on this and why him want left us up when him want left us up. He needs to be very, 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 very concerned about that and cautious. So I mean, I have nothing else to say. I pick my predicted lineup. Me talk about Leon Bailey. Me talk about Douglas Luiz. Me talk about Aston Villa. Me talk about Copa America. Me talk about everything I did plan to talk about and more. So up top, share this, like, subscribe. You know what I mean? For sure, I'm ready to do this. Me do this for my music channel for sure. I never have the time to change the channel. I just do it. So just do it. Subscribe, share. At least I go be channel now. Music, I take a break.